Shukor naga Snem jong unong san Hima.
Menteri Rangba Gajela Konrad K Sangma ha ka jingelang bat kinong tho khubor menta kasi ka khatwei trik unai tung 8,000 apusan ula pediang saubha ya ka menteri badipet ya katanat pla tingka ka Nirmala ha ka jingwan jingo kai jangka ka balai sngi linter haba ai jingkran ha ka negasi menteri Rangba uloong ba ka jingwan jangka menteri katanat ka pla tingka sha ka ni kanong ba shilong ka de ka jingwan jingo ka balai sngi hapo ka jilla ban pin ithu e ka jingtre jingta jong kinong rap kinong sengkam sengjam bat banjungo yakishnong githau nakliang jong ka menteri katanat plating ka Nirmala kalaong bakhandai pu artli kishnong hapo ka jilla Meghalaya kidon ha ka benta ka baar jong ka vibrant village program jong ka Sorkar Pdeng Sho kalakran ru halor ki kam Pisa tingka bat kala pensyai halor ka special assistance to states on capital investment kabadai ka Pisa ba ay ka Sorkar Pdeng syaki Sorkar jilla kaba omdan ka man Siew ya ka sut bat ka kuna kabahap man Siew kaliang Hadien san Snem kala kadawru ya ka internship program jong menteri rang ba ado kari da ka bapin kan mau biang ya ka jingthmu jong ka Sorkar Pdeng halor ka jingpin ko bor ya ki samla
Madam Nirmala is on a 3-day tour of Meghalaya, and this has been a program which has been planned for a very long time, and the Honorable Finance Minister was very particular that it should not just be a one-day visit where we have one formal program but it should be a tour and a program and a visit where she gets to interact with farmers, entrepreneurs, gets to visit local areas, interior locations, interact and most importantly connect with the people of Meghalaya. I would like to thank Honorable Union Minister for her visit, and more importantly, during this visit, many projects have been initiated. We have just today itself, we have laid the foundation stone for the CBIC office, the Northeast office that will come up here. The foundation stone for the Maukulu stadium has been laid today, which is the largest dedicated football stadium. We've also laid the foundation stone for the Umiam project, which is the beautification of Umiam. We've also laid the foundation for the MICE Convention Center, and most of these projects, as you're aware, are going to be funded by the Finance Ministry directly under the Sasci scheme. Apart from all of these foundation stones, in the past 7 years, as a state government, we have been receiving tremendous support from the Finance Ministry, Government of India. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Union Minister, Finance Minister, for all her support to the state of Meghalaya in different forms. Every time we have approached Honorable Minister, she has never hesitated in supporting the state, and under the visionary leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, the full support of all the ministries, including the Finance Ministry, has been there for all the states of the Northeast, and also that includes the state of Meghalaya. In this groups and also making some
of our attention since 2014 when Prime Minister released it. Almost every month a cabinet minister visits Northeast, and when we visit we don't just come in the morning and go in the evening, we stay for 48 hours at least. And in that process, every department, every minister ensures that through this ministry the activity which has to take place in her state or one after the other, each one of the 8 states, is taken up in earnest, and therefore the outcome has been very substantial. I'm not talking about other departments, but on 4 different aspects. I just want to give you 2 points each as a nugget. Finance Ministry takes care of central transfers of taxation money per a formula which is given by the Finance Commission. I just want to draw your attention to how much of tax money has got devolved to Meghalaya in the 10 years between 2014 to 24 compared to the 10 years before, which is 2004 to 14. Between 2004 to 14, 7,273 crores was devolved. Tax money which centre has, which is given to all states. 7,273. But between 2014 and 24, comparable 10 years that I am talking about, whilst it was 7,273, between 2014 to 2024 it was 48,883, nearly 572% increase. That is of tax devolution. Grants and aid were also given to states. The 10 years in 2004 to 14, 19,700 was received as grant and aid, whereas 14 to 24, which is 40,452 crores. So, just that pointer for tax devolution. On Sasci, I told you in the meeting that I was earlier, the public function, part of the recommendation of the Finance Commission. But because after COVID, we wanted states to come out of the COVID stress and centre also to come out of the COVID economy stress, capital expenditure was taken as the priority route through which we wanted the economy to revive. So centre was spending money in building capital assets. In that, we wanted to also make sure states also spend money in capital assets. So we gave money to the states. And a portion of it was given completely freely, and another portion of it was given with some tying up, saying you do this reform, we give you more. I just want to highlight that the scale of Sasci is, since 2020, 5.3 lakh crores has been released to all the states in India under Sasci, which is for 50 years it's given as a loan without any interest, and after 50 years to repay it. So that is 5.3 lakh. Northeastern region alone has received from this 5.3 lakh crores 48,804 crores, all of them. Meghalaya alone has received 5,471 crores. So every state in the Northeast received this money as an interest-free 50-year amount which they can spend in capital asset building. Some of the outcomes of the capital, the Sasci, I'm talking about outcome all over the country, which includes Meghalaya. Now, all states use a public account system which is digitized called Snem, because it tells you transparently how much money went for which state, for every state. Everybody can get a look at it. So that Snem brought in transparency. It was part of the tide fund. We told states to do it, then get more Sasci. All states have benefited from it. 18 states have reduced wastage of land in industrial areas because of Sasci tide funds. 22 states are now allowed hostels in industrial zones. Even here today, one of the things that we are doing is working women hostel. Similarly, many states have done that. 28 states are building hostels for working women, includes Meghalaya. You saw the foundation being laid. 25,000 old government vehicles have been scrapped. So polluting vehicles belonging to government have all been scrapped, part of the tide fund of the More than 900 maps have been digitized and geo-referenced. 91% of all land rights records are digitized. This is a very people-friendly step because rural areas, when people own one piece of land also, they don't have proper documentation or paper in their hand. So even if they own that land, they can't even go to the bank and say, look, keep this paper, give me some money, I want to do some business. Unless that is digitized and given to them. That was also achieved through this Sasci. So the incentives that we gave, 22 states have achieved over 10% growth in their own capital expenditure because center was giving, states also put their own money, and that they received a 20,000 crore performance incentive for it. So Sasci has actually helped states to build assets which they wouldn't have been in a position to build for the next 10 years also without that money coming in. So that I want to highlight has benefited Meghalaya in so many different ways. Now, Sasci is one thing. It's also another that central government helps to get externally aided projects coming in with World Bank assistance or ADB's assistance. Now, why do we need all that? We need it because they come with technical expertise, and when they come for benefiting communities with these infrastructure projects. Otherwise, whilst many states have already advanced, here or in any state, without that kind of a favorably termed loan, you're not going to be able to catch up with many things which haven't happened all these years. So we've actively encouraged ADB and others. For instance, in Assam, so many different projects are getting completed. And because of that, the mobility of people have also increased. People are able to come from different parts of the states to come to the capital and do business. So is the case with Maharashtra, so is the case with Tamil Nadu. Externally aided projects have come off great. The next one I want to highlight, which many of you may have covered, is the PM internship program, in which youth who till then didn't find any job and who didn't know what kind of skills they need, have been given skills because of this. In round 1, which was a pilot testing round, 1,530 internship opportunities were made available for the entire Northeast. And in round 2, which is ongoing now, 3,660 internship opportunities were posted across Northeast, including 114 in Meghalaya alone. So this has helped a lot of youth to get into prospects of good jobs. First they get exposed, then they get the job. Now, in the last literally 4 years, 5 years, since after an announcement, I'm moving to the next topic of FPOs, Farmer Producer Organizations. Is provided for the FPO of 2 crores. Training and hand holding is also available for FPOs. We announced in the budget of 2020 that all over the country we'll form 10,000 FPO groups. Now, only in Meghalaya, 67 farmer producer organizations have been formed. They are in the areas of turmeric, ginger, pineapple, oranges, and spices like pepper and bay leaves. 44 FPOs from Meghalaya are now present in the ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce, which is a public platform. So Northeast has actually benefited, and I gave the numbers for Meghalaya, but all states have also benefited because of it. Prominent among all the FPOs in Meghalaya are the Tangsim Agro Farmer Producer Company in North Garo Hills, who are probably doing banana chips and jackfruit chips. They are doing extremely well. They are supplying to other dairy stores all over the country, particularly in Delhi you find them. Then you have the West Jaintia Hill Farmer Producer Company, which has a turnover of more than 1.1 crore. Very good leadership by the farmers. Then you have Jiran Farmer Producer Company in Riboy district, which are supplying to the Reliance Smart and many other bigger marts, wholesale marts, and they are present in multiple states. Then you have the Eastern Riboy Organic Farmer Producer Company, which is into organic ginger and many other products, spice. 5,500 organic farmers are benefiting by that one FPO. Just giving you a broad picture. Villages. You know, in the first phase, border villages which are the western side, close to Pakistan border, we developed villages for every basic community, giving them the priority. Prime Minister Modi actually calls them not the last village or the border village, he calls them the first village through which people enter India. And therefore there we want to achieve complete saturation. Good roads, drinking water, primary health facilities, good schools, skilling programs, houses, toilets, everything. So, and also the banks going there to give loans. Now 92 villages in Meghalaya have become part of the second phase of Vibrant Village. First phase was all that side. In the second phase we are doing those which are in border with Bangladesh, Myanmar, Tibet, China, Nepal and so on. In that 92 villages from Meghalaya are becoming the first villages for India. I will be visiting some of the border villages during tomorrow by visiting that site. I just wanted to inform the objectives with which I have come here. One by one we are interacting with people and getting their inputs on each one of these. Thank you. We don't differentiate between large states or small states. Wherever there is a proposal and wherever there is a need, we respond to it.
How do you see the performance of Meghalaya?
I don't think I should be sitting here and judging the performance, but you can always see the way in which funds are being utilized. You see concrete ground, developments, results. Like as I said, FPO was an announcement made in the 2020 budget. Today the FPOs are formed, anymore are still in the formation stage. But those who are formed are already into ONDC or already exporting. In fact, I flagged off one large consignment of pineapple to go for Dubai, to be sold in Dubai. So FPOs are already coming in, and FPOs also displaying the products that they are now doing. The exhibitions are also revealing how much artisans have been brought together. So that is one compliment. Probably not looking at the latest figures, otherwise RBI referring to the inflation rate coming down wouldn't have brought down the interest rates. So all over the country, the wholesale price index, not only the wholesale price index, but also the retail inflation has come down, and that is why RBI has given the picture that it can front load interest rate reduction. So inflation has actually been well under control. Funds are continuously on, it's being managed from home and defense together. So Vibrant Village is now a more comprehensive approach towards holistic development of those villages which are on the border. What it does is, as different from a border road, border village, the earlier program, is not just develop access of road or telephone connectivity, but this gives livelihood options for the communities which are living there, improving not only connectivity, but as I said, many of the basic indices of education, health, giving people livelihood opportunities and so on. So the Vibrant Village program has now widened the scope of development for those border